Shoulder pain afflicts millions of us each year. The worst pain of all is from frozen shoulder. Now, while that seems mysterious to many, it can usually be broken down into several easy-to-understand causes. In the next few minutes, we're going to simplify the basic causes of your shoulder pain and tell you how to fix it. If you have shoulder pain, you have one or more of my basic 4 causes. However, if you suffer from early stages of a frozen shoulder, you will have all 8 of these and a long list of other symptoms as well. Because these are so common, we will briefly touch on each one. When your shoulder joint doesn't move properly, you will feel one or more of the first 3. If you have a frozen shoulder, you also feel a deep, boring kind of pain that never seems to go away. With frozen shoulder, the slightest bump to your shoulder can cause a paralyzing twinge of pain that can last up to 2 or 3 minutes. Much of your shoulder pain and stiffness comes from the muscles and inflammation in the joint. My treatment approach is to combine soft tissue techniques plus gentle chiropractic adjustments of the shoulder joint to achieve fast results with a minimum amount of your time invested. Trigger points are one of the most common causes of shoulder pain. To keep things simple, we will define a trigger point as a hard, painful area within a muscle. As you can see, trigger points are found throughout the body, and they are usually found in predictable areas of the muscles. Trigger points cause 2 kinds of pain. The first is local pain, which you experience at the site of the trigger point. And the second is referred pain, that you feel far away from the trigger point. And that's the reason that pain caused by trigger points can be very frustrating for you. For example, there's a short muscle in the neck that causes a great deal of pain. The X's are the trigger points in this muscle that cause your pain. The red areas are where you feel the pain. But notice that the X's are nowhere near where you actually feel the pain. This small muscle in the neck can cause pain locally and in the back, the chest, and all the way down the arm. If we treat only the areas shown in red, we won't be treating the cause of your pain, and you probably won't get better. We need to treat the X's found in the muscle to get rid of your red areas of pain. It's really just that simple. Because the body has so many trigger points that refer pain to distant areas, it's easy to see why trigger points are often overlooked by the patient as a source of their shoulder pain. Stretches sometimes help to calm trigger points. However, stretches can also aggravate trigger points and increase your pain. Trigger points make muscles shorter, and this creates 2 problems. First, short muscles with trigger points pull harder on the joints than normal muscles. Second, this stops the joint from moving smoothly, and this causes pain and stiffness. As a chiropractor, short muscles are important because correcting trigger points lengthens the muscle. This normalizes the tension on the joint, and this allows the chiropractic adjustment to hold longer. The word that health professionals use to describe scars is fibrosis. As you can see, scar tissue, or fibrosis, can form in any tissue of the body. Scar tissue has 4 basic causes. The first is trauma, and that's where something hits you or you hit something else. The second is repetitive motion, and that's where you do something over and over again with a part of your body. This is experienced by typists, athletes, students. In fact, most of us do something over and over again, and this causes scar tissue to form. The third cause is improper body mechanics. Electricians, plumbers, auto mechanics commonly suffer from this cause, and sometimes they have to be in awkward positions for long periods of time. These prolonged and unnatural positions can cause scar tissue to form. And lastly, we form scar tissue as we age. It's just one of those facts of life. Whether the scar is on the surface of the muscle or deep in the muscle, the effect is the same. Scars make muscles shorter, and, like trigger points, scars create 2 problems. Short muscles with scars pull harder on the joints than normal muscles, and this stops the joint from moving smoothly. And as we know, this causes pain and stiffness. For example, Let's say you have scar tissue in a muscle of your shoulder. As this muscle becomes shorter, it pulls on the joint. You now have pain and stiffness when you try to move your shoulder. If this progresses to the point where you lose most of the movement in your shoulder and it causes you a great deal of pain that keeps you awake at night, you now have what we call a frozen shoulder. If trigger points, scar tissue, and short muscles were the only cause of your shoulder pain, a simple massage might correct it. But the story doesn't end here. Click on part 2 of the shoulder series and discover the rest of the story.